Hi everyone, welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. Another week, another match preview. This time, of course, it's the big one. It's Liverpool at home. And, you know, maybe before Wednesday we were all feeling a bit, very down about the club in general and the way we are going. But, of course, that win on Wednesday night against Wolves has given us a little bit of hope going into this one. So, starting off by talking a little bit about that. I haven't spoke about the game on the channel since it happened. Very happy, very happy to get. Obviously, you're never going to complain about a 4-0 win. But to be honest, I think there was some gaps that going into this one need to be addressed. Some problems that need to be addressed going into this Liverpool game, because look, Wolves and Liverpool, two very different sides with very different quality, and for me, yeah, it's going to be a very tough one, this. But you know, I thought in terms of the Wolves game, I thought Young played very well. I thought Mykolenko had a stinker. I thought Mangala was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. So, like I said, I think there is some problems maybe going into this one, but nothing that we can't look at and address. So, thoughts going into this one, of course, the last ever derby at Goodison Park. It's a huge one, really. Yeah, and had we not have won that one last year so well, that I would be very down going into this one and very reserved. But of course, the win last year has given me a little bit of hope that maybe we can nick one here on Saturday. But to be honest, I think for us, it's going to be a game that we're not expected to win. A little bit of a free hit, if you like, and of course the supporters are going to be on our side from minute one. So likely lineup for the Blues, I've gone for, of course, Pickford in goal, Tarkowski and Branthwaite as the two centre backs. I mentioned before that Mykolenko, I thought, didn't play well on Saturday, on Wednesday, sorry. There's a case to be made for Young at left back and maybe bringing Seamus Coleman in. The problem will be the legs between those two, with the two wingers that Liverpool have got, Gakpo and Salah. So I've gone for Young at right back and Mykolenko at left back, but there's every chance that maybe the captain Seamus Coleman can come back in at right back and Young could move to left back. Idrissa Gana Gueye, I thought, played really well on Wednesday, and I expect him to keep his place in the centre of the midfield next to Orel Mangala, who I thought was, as I said, by far the man of the match on Wednesday. In terms of the wingers, I've changed it up a little bit. I know that Sean Dyche will be looking at a 4-5-1 formation, as he always does. But I think another hole in that team on Wednesday was Abdoulaye Doucouré. I think he just looked so off the pace. He looked like he couldn't get a hold of the ball. He couldn't pick a pass out. Everything was rushed. Everything was lacking quality. So I've decided to go 4-4-2 with my team today. I've gone for McNeil on the right and Ndiaye on the left. Again, maybe people will say Lindstrom, but for me, I think in a game like this, we need our best players on the pitch, and Lindstrom's a bit more of a luxury player that maybe can come on and affect the game later on when legs get tired. And then up front, I've gone for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and surprisingly, I've gone for Armando Broja. This is going to split a bit of opinion. There's going to be questions over whether he's fit, but I don't see why he can't at least start the game. Played very well in his little cameo that he made against Wolves the other night. And obviously it's going to be a completely different role that he's expected to play on Saturday if he does play. But for me, I think we may as well go for it with two strikers up front. You know, we've got a solid midfield there that can hold back for them, because I think Doucouré at the moment in the number 10 is just a wasted space in the team. So going on to Liverpool then, of course, they've sitting top of the table, doing very well, 7 points clear. But the last game, a 3-3 draw with Newcastle at St James's Park, which gave us all, I think, a little bit of a boost, because it showed that, you know, we can get something in this game, especially at home with the Goodison crowd. But you know, I think all in all, I think Liverpool are just such a well-oiled machine this season that it's going to be very hard to break them down. We're going to have to take our chances whenever they do come. But yeah, I'm hopeful that we can do that. In terms of likely lineup for Liverpool, I've gone for obviously Keith and Kelleher in goal. Right back's a bit of a funny one. Jarrell Quansah started there on Wednesday night against Newcastle, but Trent Alexander-Arnold could come back in. Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk at centre back, with Andy Robertson at left back. I've opted to take Alex McAllister out of the midfield for Liverpool, and I've gone for Dominic Szoboszlai. I feel like maybe his presence in the midfield will help Liverpool a bit more against that. Obviously Calvert-Lewin up front. I think they might opt for him instead. And maybe, in a derby, McAllister's not really the player to go for. He makes a lot of tackles. There's every chance he could get booked and maybe even sent off if he makes one too many. The danger man, Mohamed Salah on the right, with Curtis Jones in behind. Cody Gakpo on the left. Obviously, it's a bit of a toss-up between him and Luis Diaz, who troubled us last season in that derby. I think he was probably the only Liverpool player who really looked like that they could, really hurt us. And of course, he did hit the post in that game. But it'll be a mix-up between Gakpo or Diaz in that one, and Darwin Núñez up front. I could talk to them blue in the face about Mohamed Salah. Evertonians know very well how good he is and how much he can hurt us. And he's obviously the danger man. He's had a bit of a resurgence. I mean, it's hard to have a resurgence when you've played so well as he has over the course of his career. But I think under Arne Slot at Liverpool this season, there's a new side of his game that we're seeing. And I think he will be the definite danger man for Everton. I think danger man for Everton as a side, I think I'm going to go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course. He played very well this season whatsoever. I'm sure he would like to have had more goals himself, but he's a bit of a bogey player for Liverpool. He scored a lot of goals against Liverpool. I think back to the penalty he won in the winter derby where Rooney scored. The lockdown one, he scored a header, of course, and then last season he scored the winner. So I think if we can just get the good service into him, there's every chance he might bag one on Saturday. Score prediction, I'm gonna go for 1-0 to Everton. I'm staying positive on this one this week, and I'll go into that ground on Saturday and they'll get all of my support. So let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Toffee Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.